On the original show, it was people coming up and saying, look, your show got me out of a bad time. I was struggling with something and your show really was there for me and it gave me a much needed laugh that was important in my life. And now I'm walking through an airport and a millennial comes up to me and says, hey, I'm now watching the show with my kids and it is such a treat for both me and them. That's so meaningful to me. And that was so the hope. And like that means the world to me. And I've been stopped a lot, particularly at airports because I fly a lot. By parents who are like, thank you for giving me something that I can watch with my kids and also something that's just wholesome and just consumable. There's no agendas in this show other than have a great time, get some great themes and you'll be entertained and elevated.
David, Janice, thank you both so much for joining me today on the Movie Podcast.
Thank you for having us. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Janice, we actually spoke to you earlier this year for the first season, and my co-host and I had such a great time talking to you about kind of where you're going with Wizards, and it was a lot of fun. Congratulations also, by the way, on this new season. It's so great to have more Wizards back in the world.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Like, our goal was to give a big warm hug to that original fan, but at the same time, invite them to bring in a new generation, pass the Russo love on. And it's been a fine line we're walking, and we're happy with the reception.
Yeah,
absolutely. What's excited both of you most about going into this new season?
The stakes are like much more higher. We're now into the family competition and everything, and there's a pretty big thing that's going to be happening in the finale, and there's a lot of Easter eggs that's going to be happening. It's going to be pretty emotional. It's definitely, you're going to like wonder, you're going to be like, did they really go there? And like, yeah, we did. And I'm just excited for everyone to see it. And
I remember when we got through that 2-part season finale, Janice was crying. Half the set was crying. Yeah. There's a very meaningful, emotional ending that has an Easter egg in it as well that you have to watch a second time. You're not going to see it the first time, but the second time you watch it, you'll see this little Easter egg and you're going to go, wait, hold on. Is that what I think it is? Whoa. What is this? Tell me. Yeah, we go there, man. We go there. There's some big stuff we do this season that's unconventional for sitcoms, but you got to do that. It's 2025 and we're making the sitcom happen.
No, I agree. I felt that in the first couple episodes that I got a chance to watch, and I'm like, wow, this feels like you're really taking the stakes at a much higher level, Janice, like you're saying. So very excited to see kind of where it goes. Janice, when we spoke last time, you really told us about how excited you were kind of getting into this role as Billie and a lot of the advice that kind of Selena had given you. Now, as you're going into this second season, what is something that you've really learned about Billie that you maybe didn't know about her in that first season?
They kind of wrote her as she is super duper rebellious. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I feel like, yeah, she is, she's a little rascally and everything, and deep down, I really feel like she is just super scared, And in the beginning, I thought, okay, she's just really confident and really like full of herself and everything. And I'm realizing that that's not really what it is. It's just a mask that she carries. And I think she's slowly but surely putting it down as she's living with the Russos and they're helping her learn unconditional love because she never experienced that. So I'm starting to learn that, there's a lot like me in her and there's a lot that I'm learning from her. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is that she's just kind of scared in a way. I didn't really notice that so much in season 1, but now I kind of see a little bit more of those emotions in season 2.
Yeah, that's a really great answer. And you can definitely see yourself really becoming more and more comfortable as Billie as the season progresses. And it's starting to like blur the lines between Janice and Billie, I guess.
Yeah.
David, for yourself, what did you kind of want to further explore with Justin in this series after kind of playing him in that original series?
To me, the first season of the reboot was really about Justin rediscovering his true gifts and embracing those as opposed to rejecting them. And now this season is about him now fully living that out and fully living out his calling as a teacher. And that's something that he loves and enjoys, but also presents a whole new set of problems because with magic comes a whole lot of baggage. And so there's this prophecy that unfolds throughout the course of the series, and I'm balancing being a teacher with being a father. So there's a whole new dynamic that is very fertile for some great themes and character arcs.
And, Wizards has like some of the best fans in the entire world. I mean, coming from like when I was a kid to now where we're at and a whole new generation of fans, What's kind of been that favorite fan interaction that you guys have had a chance to have?
You know, on the original show, it was people coming up and saying, look, your show got me out of a bad time. I was struggling with something and your show really was there for me and it gave me a much needed laugh that was important in my life. And now I'm walking through an airport and a millennial comes up to me and says, hey, I'm now watching the show with my kids and it is such a treat for both me and them. That's so meaningful to me. And that was so the hope, and like that means the world to me. And I've been stopped a lot, particularly at airports because I fly a lot, by parents who are like, thank you for giving me something that I can watch with my kids, and also something that's just wholesome and just consumable. You know, there's no agendas in this show other than have a great time, get some great themes, and you'll be entertained and elevated.
What about for yourself, Janice?
There was this one moment where I went to Sky Zone with my little sister, and these two little girls had, like, I wasn't facing their way, but I was helping my little sister do something. I just felt someone hug me, but it didn't feel like a grown person. It was like they were like little, and so I looked behind me, and they obviously didn't know my name, so they were like, Billie, hi, oh my God, and I was like, oh my goodness, and like I didn't know what to do, but like I was like, hi, and it was like two of them were like, we love you. Where's your wand? And I said, it's at home right now. Bobby's at home, because I named my wand Bobby. And they were like, oh, well, can you make Bobby come? And I was like, I can't right now. But they were really, really sweet. That was probably one of the best moments that I've had so far. You know, I haven't really had a lot of them, but you know, I'm not really there yet, but, you know, that's just kind of what I've experienced so far. Hopefully I can get to like a point of where, you know, David is right now. And it just means a lot to know that the show is helping people. And, you know, because, I mean, Wizards of Waverly Place, I used to watch it all the time. It was like such a comfort show for me. And Jesse and just all those shows, like, I feel like a show really means a lot and it holds a lot of childhood memories. So I just feel really grateful to be a part of it.
You know, as we're kind of getting into the spooky season, pretty much we're just a day away from it. What are those like Halloween traditions that you guys have?
You know, we make our kids costumes, so we'll like order stuff and put them together and whatnot. So that's always fun for us. You go. I'm trying to think of anything else.
I always like to buy as many blankets as I can. I like to buy a lot of pumpkin scented stuff, and I try to convince my mom to let it go around the house. She's not a big fan of pumpkin sets, but I'm like, please, we need people to walk inside the house and be like, oh, this is literal fall. Like, please. So making my space smell like pumpkin spice is definitely a tradition for me.
Carving the pumpkins is a blast. You got to get the thicker knife because the thinner ones just break immediately. And, you know, as long as you got the right carving set, then you're set up for success. Yeah, it's a great season.
Yeah. Also, I like to watch Halloween Town all the time. Yearly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The best movie ever.
I need to watch it. Obviously, Nightmare Before Christmas and all that stuff, but Halloween Town is the main thing I need to be doing on Halloween.
I love that. I love the necessity of pumpkins as well. My wife started back, I think, in July for some reason, flooding our house of pumpkins. So we're always getting ready in here. But, you know, it was such a pleasure to talk to both of you. And Janice, I'm really excited for you not getting stopped at airports, just like David's level here of fan interaction. So thank you both so much and can't wait for this new season to come out.
Thank you, my
so
friend.
much.
You have a good one. Thank you.